It is my great joy and privilege to welcome our county executive, Dr. Calvin Ball.
Thank you, Matt, for that very kind introduction. We're grateful to have a strong Chamber of Commerce that is dedicated to growing our businesses, helping our local businesses grow, succeed, and thrive through valuable connections, resources, and community engagements. Also, please join me in thanking Christy and the entire Chamber of Commerce. Thank you. As I prepared today, I spent a lot of time reflecting on the evolution of our county. Just last month, I celebrated 20 years as an elected official here in Howard County. That's 2 decades of partnership, problem solving, and progress. And while Howard County has seen challenges during these last 20 years, nothing could have fully prepared me for these nearly 8 years serving as your Howard County executive. During that time, we confronted challenge after challenge in our community, our state, our nation, our world. We saw obstacles and committed ourselves to transforming those obstacles into opportunities. Through it all, during these last 8 years, Howard County kept moving forward. We worked together to grow our economy, support our local businesses, and protect our community, because at the end of the day, Howard County stands on business. We stand on business in crisis. We stand on business by investing in people. We stand on business by backing our businesses. We stand on business through strategic investment. We stand on business by preparing for the future. Which is why I can confidently say the state of business in Howard County is strong. "35 days, 800,000 people, $11 billion. That was the impact of the second longest federal government shutdown in our country's history, which started just weeks after I took office in December of 2018. In a matter of days, we organized food drives, suspended water disconnections, and connected residents with needed resources. Our leadership in crisis was further exemplified during the COVID-19 pandemic. At that time, we moved quickly to protect both the lives and livelihoods of our residents, standing up emergency relief programs for our local businesses, distributing more than $11 million in grants, and we worked closely with our employers to ensure that they had the information and resources that they needed. It's because of these efforts, alongside the resilience of our business community, that Howard County emerged from the pandemic stronger, positioned for growth. Our collaborative response to federal government shutdowns and to the global pandemic prepared us to respond to the latest workforce crisis, exacerbated by the DOGE-led layoffs early last year. Because Maryland, home to major federal institutions, we needed to support those institutions, and there are more than 140,000 dedicated federal employees and thousands more federal contractors who call Maryland home. However, more than 25,000 Marylanders faced unemployment from these unforeseen layoffs. Immediately, our team transformed anxiety into action by hosting career fairs, increasing workforce training, and enhancing our foreclosure prevention programs. During our career fairs, many federal workers talked about starting their own businesses and sought resources to navigate the entrepreneurial landscape of opportunity. We allocated $2.5 million in my FY26 budget to address federal challenges and emerging economic needs this year. Leveraging these resources, we have invested in vital programs to help our neighbors when they needed it the most. Just as families and businesses were beginning to regain their footing, our region was once again confronted with the uncertainty of the longest federal government shutdown in our nation's history. This 43-day-long shutdown impacted more than 1.3 million employees with an estimated economic impact of more than $100 billion. This meant delayed paychecks, stalled contracts, and renewed anxiety about financial stability. Once again, Howard County stepped forward to ensure that residents had access to resources, assistance, and support while Washington remained at a standstill. Because when uncertainty hits our community, we don't wait for solutions. We work together and we provide them. We knew that we needed a long-term strategy to keep our economy competitive. So in March of 2025, I launched the Economic Competitiveness and Opportunity Now, or Econ Task Force. Made up of private sector experts, educational and workforce professionals, experienced practitioners, and leaders across major industries and members of my cabinet, this task force worked together for nearly a year to recommend solutions for our most pressing economic challenges before us. While the comprehensive report provides 25 robust recommendations, we are taking immediate action on the top 5. These recommendations are about making Howard County a place where opportunity is real, where our workforce is supported, and where affordability is protected for today and for the future. Moments of crisis shape leadership. They remind us that government cannot simply react to crisis, it must prepare for it, address it head on, and help people move forward. Today, our unemployment rate stands at just over 3%, which is lower than both the state and national averages. These numbers reflect a community that invests in its people and creates opportunity for them to succeed. To build a strong, resilient economy, we must also stand on business by investing in people. That is the goal of our brand new Opportunity and Economic Mobility Center. Please join us next month as we cut the ribbon on this new facility, which will serve as a one-stop shop to meet the needs of our workforce. For too long, families navigating jobs, housing instability, or childcare challenges had to go from office to office searching for help. Now, they can find the support they need all in one place. Woo-hoo. Because when families have access to jobs, housing stability, and childcare support, they don't just get by, they get ahead. We are also strengthening our investments in people by supporting our veterans and military families. In 2021, I joined Anne Arundel County and Fort Meade to sign an agreement to provide workforce services to transitioning service members, spouses, and active duty personnel and veterans. Since that partnership began and continues to thrive today, more than 1,200 people have received career counseling and employment support. Now, as a proud son and grandson of veterans, this partnership is meaningful to me personally, because I know how much veterans and their families contribute to our community, and we must pay it forward. Investing in people also includes investing in our next generation of leaders and growing our talent pipeline. We're making this happen through our $11 million investment in Howard Community College's Kathy and Danny Bell Workforce and Trades Center. Expected to open this year, this world-class center will host state-of-the-art facilities to help train students in key industries. This center championed by President Dr. Daria Willis will position Howard County to compete with institutions across the world. HCC continues to be an integral partner in helping to prepare our next generation of workers through its Compete for Success program. And with $3.5 million of investment in 2022, this program has helped countless students get the certificates and degrees that they need to succeed. For many people looking to build a career, apprenticeships are opening doors to opportunity. One person who sees this firsthand is Chuck Chandler, who serves as general manager of the Residence Inn, Fulton, and chair of Howard County's Workforce Development Board. Chuck is a staunch advocate for apprenticeships. At one point, his hotel accounted for 40% of all hospitality apprentices in the entire state of Maryland. Chuck invested in his team, creating opportunities for employees to build skills, grow in their careers, and stay engaged in their work. Today, his hotel is a leader in hospitality, apprenticeships, and a model for employers across our state and our nation. When people have someone who believes in them, who invests in their growth and their potential, they rise to meet that opportunity. When that happens, businesses build stronger teams, deliver better services, and create lasting success. Please join me in thanking Chuck for his service and unwavering commitment to uplifting our apprentices. Stories like these showcase the importance of our apprenticeship opportunity program. Since 2024, this incentive program has helped 34 businesses host more than 70 new Howard County apprentices. Countywide, we are seeing this impact spread throughout the private sector, and today, more than 1,580 apprentices are being trained by Howard County businesses, up from approximately 1,100 in 2018. That growth reflects our commitment to building a strong, skilled workforce and creating pathways to good-paying, in-demand careers. Howard County government is also one of the few governments to host both adult and youth apprenticeships. Since beginning our program in 2019, 4 apprentices have been hired and 5 continue to go through the 5-year program, and we recently launched a program for high school students. In August 2025, we enrolled 7 youth apprentices who have received 450 hours of training and hands-on experience and will graduate this month. When we invest in people, we are igniting their spark, which is exactly what our Skilled Pathways for Apprenticeship Readiness and Knowledge program is designed to do. In partnership with local businesses, Spark bridges the gap between classroom learning and the high-demand industries that are shaping our future by providing young people with the skills, credentials, and hands-on experience they need to succeed. Through this transformational program, we are preparing our workforce to excel in emerging sectors while supporting the continued growth of Howard County's economy. Please join me in recognizing our young people who are here today. Thank you, EDA, and so many other partners for hosting them and for helping this happen. By investing in young people, we are empowering our young people of all abilities and backgrounds to be prepared for the workforce. Each summer, we provide hundreds of our students with direct job experience across Howard County through our successful Summer Youth Employment Program. Thanks to our team's relentless efforts, we have grown from 13 participants in 2018 to 360 this upcoming summer. I want to thank our Office of Workforce Development Administrator Stephanie Adibe and her team for their leadership in growing the workforce of the future. While many jurisdictions across the state and country are struggling with labor participation, Howard County stands on business by creating opportunities for our workforce and our future generations to succeed. When a community invests in its people, it strengthens the very foundation of our economy. A strong workforce means stronger businesses. It means employers can grow, entrepreneurs can innovate, and industries can compete for the future. Standing on business means preparing people for opportunity and backing the local businesses that create opportunities in the first place. Because behind every strong economy is a strong business community. It's because of this focus that we welcome companies like TradePoint Atlantic to Howard County. Last year, TradePoint Atlantic announced their first expansion outside of their flagship campus at Sparrows Point. Now, while TradePoint could have chosen any jurisdiction to grow their footprint, they chose Howard County because of our strategic location, strong workforce, and friendly business approach. With 500,000 square feet of new flex warehousing and industrial facilities, this $100 million investment in Howard County will generate an estimated 500 new family-supporting supply chain logistic jobs. Importantly, this project supports our goal of revitalizing the Route 1 corridor through targeted redevelopment opportunities. Now, it was TradePoint Atlantic's model of redevelopment at Sparrows Point that inspired the creation of our Eastern Howard County Enterprise Zone. One of just 36 areas statewide, our new Enterprise Zone encompasses more than 2,000 total acres of commercial and industrial properties along the Route 1 corridor and Columbia Gateway. Since its establishment, the Enterprise Zone has already begun to deliver measurable results. 6 businesses are moving into that zone, including 2 retention projects and 4 new attraction projects. Together, these projects account for 453,000 square feet of commercial and industrial space, more than 500 retained jobs, nearly 600 newly created jobs, and almost $90 million in capital investment. Howard County is becoming an epicenter of economic growth, helping businesses reimagine underutilized spaces while attracting public and private investment that beautifies our community. Backing businesses also means ensuring that they have the means to improve facades, to create more welcoming atmospheres, which is a goal of our Route 1 tax credit. Through this program, property owners can benefit from a tax credit that helps breathe new life into the Route 1 corridor to make it more vibrant, attractive, and economically competitive. And our commitment to backing businesses extends far beyond redevelopment projects. It means supporting the companies that are choosing Howard County to grow, hire, and invest in our future. That includes companies like Taylor Farms and Feast and Fettle, whose investments are creating jobs, expanding opportunity, and strengthening our local economy. Taylor Farms, one of the largest fresh food producers in the country, is planning a $120 million expansion to Howard County. The new Jessup warehouse will be the single largest North American facility expansion in Taylor Farms' 30-year history. Similarly, Feast and Fettle, one of New England's fastest growing meal delivery companies, officially expanded into Howard County. Take that, Patriots. With this expansion comes 250 full-time jobs in Elkridge during the next 3 years. These businesses represent just another example of how Howard County is attracting innovative companies that see our community as a place to do business and a place to build their future. When businesses choose Howard County, they are choosing a community that believes in partnership, values innovation, and understands the economic growth must be intentional. That is how we stand on business, by backing businesses, by attracting investment, and by creating the conditions for businesses of every size to succeed. Creating opportunity requires vision, planning, and willingness to make strategic investments that strengthen our economy for the long term. Standing on business is about responding to today's needs and building the infrastructure for tomorrow's successes. That is how Howard County stands on business, through strategic investment. On my 100th day in office, I signed a memorandum of understanding with the Howard County Economic Development Authority to create the Gateway Innovation Center in Columbia. This MOU helped us create a nexus of innovation, a catalyst for small minority women-owned and veteran-owned businesses. And today, this innovation hub stands on business as a bustling entrepreneurial epicenter where entrepreneurs are supported and investors are connected. It is not only the gateway for all of our small local businesses, it is our global gateway for opportunity. Through our MIC Global program, which we launched in 2024, international companies can explore the U.S. market before choosing to expand their businesses, and they can do that all right here in Howard County at an affordable rate. Our fantastic team at the MIC helps provide participating companies with access to facilities, resources, and mentors. In fact, through our direct economic outreach to Germany, Ireland, England, and Canada, we have already attracted nearly 10 companies to the MIC. These economic delegations, led by one of our amazing superstars, Jennifer Jones, and her head of business development, Bob Zhang, put Howard County on the global map as the premier place for businesses to grow and thrive. And while Howard County is well positioned on the global stage, we are also taking care of our small local businesses and entrepreneurs right here at home. Launched in 2019, our HOCO Hire program helps local entrepreneurs learn more about businesses, planning, operations, credit building, and more. One powerful example is Laundry Basket. As one of 19 companies to complete the program in June of 2023, this Black-owned, veteran-owned mobile laundry business began in Howard County with just $20,000 in annual revenue. After winning first place in the HOCO Hire pitch competition, which allowed them to purchase their first vehicle, the company quickly accelerated its growth. Since competing in that program, Laundry Basket has expanded beyond Maryland into Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, and additional markets including Cleveland, Atlanta, and Houston. This company, beginning with $20,000 in annual revenue, has grown to 9 employees and now generates approximately $500,000 in annual revenue, while also expanding into government contracting and B2B services. Successful businesses also rely on capital to ensure they can thrive. which we can provide through our LIFT and Catalyst funds. These programs have helped businesses leverage millions of dollars to bolster their businesses and foster long-term growth and sustainability. Building on the success of these programs, last year, we launched a new Flex credit line to help local businesses access short-term working capital and bridge financial gaps. Any business with accounts receivable is eligible to apply for this program, including medical practices, manufacturers, defense and IT contractors, construction companies, and more. And we continue to bolster our local businesses through our Local Business Initiative. Since fiscal year 2019, we have increased our spending on local businesses by more than 500%. This is proof that when we invest in local businesses, we strengthen our economy, we create jobs, and we build a better future for Howard County. Because strategic investment is measured in dollars, and it is also about building confidence. Confidence for entrepreneurs to take risks, confidence for businesses to expand, and confidence for families to know that opportunity exists right here in Howard County, home. That confidence is also rooted in a strong quality of life and excellent services we deliver to our residents and business community. Now, last month, I released my final capital and operating budgets as your Howard County executive. Through our budget, we made the disciplined decisions necessary to keep Howard County strong. We balanced our budget while continuing to invest in what matters most: our schools, our public safety, our nonprofits, our people. Even in the most uncertain times, we understood that pulling back was not an option, and our community was counting on us to move forward. Our Howard County Public School System is a pillar of Howard County, driving families and businesses to move and invest here. My proposed FY27 budget makes the largest investments in public education the county has ever seen. For the fifth year in a row, we have fully funded the school system's capital budget, driving more than $116 million in funding to support school construction, renovations, and maintenance this year. That includes the largest investment to tackle deferred maintenance this century, ensuring our school buildings are places where students and educators and families can thrive. Working in close partnership with Superintendent Barnes and our Board of Education, we will also fully fund the school system's operating budget this year without cuts and without compromise. This year, we are directing $871.5 million in county funding to our school system, providing the largest year-over-year increase in Howard County history. This matters. This matters to our students, our teachers, and our families. My proposed budget also recognizes that families and businesses choose to invest when they are and when they feel safe. Our FY27 budget increases funding to the Howard County Police Department by $9.3 million to support our ongoing staffing needs and services that will fight crime, increase community outreach, and bolster systemic improvements in public safety. Additionally, our Department of Fire and Rescue Services will receive an increase of $5.6 million to support staffing and equipment to ensure effective emergency response. I want to thank, you clap that up, that's good. Look, this is my last one. Don't be afraid to clap, okay? I want to thank Police Chief Greg Durr, Fire Chief Lou Winston, State's Attorney Rich Gibson, Sheriff Marcus Harris, Correction Director Margaret Chippendale, and all of our first responders for their tireless efforts to protect our community and strengthen safety across Howard County. Additionally, we know that our nonprofit sector is vital as partners to supporting our workforce, our businesses, and community vitality. In my proposed FY27 budget, we make a $15.2 million investment in our nonprofits, reflecting an increase of nearly 7% over last year. This investment expands critical support for nonprofits that promote housing insecurity, educational services, food assistance, economic development, and so much more. Nonprofits like the Community Action Council of Howard County, which in my proposed budget will receive a record $1.3 million to support early childhood education, energy assistance, and food insecurity efforts for thousands of county residents. Nonprofits like Rebuilding Together, Howard County, which will receive $240,000 up from $60,000 when I first took office, to help residents make critical repairs to stay in their homes and live healthy, happy lives. Nonprofits like Neighbor Ride, which will receive $150,000 to support our older adults who need affordable, passenger-focused transportation services to access healthcare, grocery trips, and other essential services. Yeah, we love Neighbor Ride too. And nonprofits like Visit Howard County, which will receive more than $1.3 million to promote economic development and tourism to Howard County in the year ahead, with every dollar spent returning an estimated $34 to our county's economy. And I want to especially thank Amanda Hoff, Executive Director of Visit Howard County, for her tireless efforts to share Howard County's incredible story with the world. That is how Howard County stands on business through strategic investment. Standing on business means looking beyond today's needs and preparing for tomorrow's opportunities. We must anticipate what's next, prepare for emerging industries, and position Howard County to compete and lead the future. The strongest economies are not built for the present. That is why Howard County stands on business by preparing for the future. By preparing for the future, we recognize that a diversified economy is vital for a resilient and versatile economic future. We must continue to invest in the drivers of our economy, from technology, logistics, and agriculture to tourism, hospitality, and retail. Now, Ellicott City stands as a nexus point for our local community of entrepreneurs and small businesses. At the end of this month, we will recognize 8 years since the devastating 2018 flood in Ellicott City. This 1,000-year flood came on the heels of heartbreaking flash floods in 2011 and 2016. These devastating storms tragically claimed 3 lives and cost tens of millions of dollars in damage and economic harm to so many in our beloved historic community. Through my comprehensive Ellicott City Safe and Sound Flood Mitigation Plan, we are honoring the lessons of the past and preparing for the future. The 7 major infrastructure projects are designed to reduce flooding in historic Ellicott City, helping our residents and businesses build back stronger and create the foundation for a thriving community. Through these efforts, we are instilling new confidence in a center of commerce that dates back more than 250 years. Today, historic Ellicott City is thriving. They have a vacancy rate of just 1.6% in the last quarter, and preparing for the future means protecting what we have and creating new reasons for people to come, stay, and invest here. That is exactly what our OAC Summer Bucks and Savage Mill Bucks programs were designed to do. We launched the OAC Bucks program in December of 2018, one of my first acts, to support business recovery after the Ellicott City floods. What started as an economic recovery program has been expanded to encourage visitors to shop local, dine local, and invest directly in small businesses that defined historic Ellicott City and Savage Mill, which are collectively home to more than 170 small businesses. In the last 2 years, we have invested more than $50,000 to support the Bucks programs in Ellicott City and Savage. And data from these programs reflect that for every $10 invested, shoppers spend more than $20 of their own money, increasing foot traffic and economic impact for our small businesses. Programs like this remind us that economic development is also about helping our small and emerging entrepreneurs get their first foot in the door. And there's no better example of that impact than the new market at Kaplan's. Damaged during the floods, the historic Kaplan's building has been transformed into a new marketplace and small business incubator that supports local artisans and entrepreneurs. And in partnership with our Howard County Economic Development Authority, the market at Kaplan's hosted more than 45 small business vendors based in Howard County through a mix of permanent retail and pop-up programming. This exposure is the first step for so many entrepreneurs to take that next leap in growing their business. Preparing for the future means thinking innovatively to create economic opportunity across all of Howard County, and that is exactly what we're doing through the Gateway Master Plan. For years, the Gateway area has held enormous potential as a center for business growth, innovation, and regional connectivity. And now, through thoughtful planning and strategic investment, we are turning that potential into reality. God bless you. The Gateway Master Plan positions more than 1,100 acres of business center into a catalyst for new jobs, new businesses, and new housing and new opportunities. The plan strengthens our economy while shaping the future of Howard County and the entire region for generations to come. And because preparing for the future means embracing innovation, building smarter systems, and ensuring that government moves at the speed of opportunity, during the last 8 years, we have faced uncertainty, disruption, and challenges that none of us could have fully predicted. Together, we faced shutdowns, we led a flood recovery, we faced a pandemic, and we faced layoffs, rising costs, economic uncertainty that tested families, businesses, and communities. Through every challenge, we did not retreat. We responded. We deepened our commitment, and we stood on business. We chose to invest when it would have been easier to wait. We chose to lead when it would have been easier to react. We chose to stand together when it would have been easier to stand apart. This is important because leadership is not measured in the easy moments. It's measured in how you show up when people need you most. That leadership is why Howard County continues to maintain our AAA bond rating, the highest possible rating, which is a reflection of strong fiscal stewardship, responsible budgeting, and long-term economic confidence. It's why we have earned a record number of National Association of Counties awards that recognize innovation, excellence, and the real results we are delivering for our residents every single day. These recognitions matter because the message that they send is Howard County is ready to meet the magic in the moment before it becomes a memory. We meet that moment when we manage through crisis. We meet that moment when we invest in people. We meet that moment when we back our businesses. We meet that moment when we make strategic investments, and we meet that moment when we prepare for our future. That is what it means to stand on business, to show up, to make hard decisions, to protect opportunity, and to build a community where families can thrive, businesses can grow, and the next generation can believe their future is right here at home. It has been the honor of a lifetime to be your Howard County executive. No matter what challenges come next, no matter what the future may hold, I know that with your help, Howard County will continue to stand on business. Thank you.